So tomorrow will be 9 years since the Marikana massacre, but since then not much has changed in the northwest mining community. Residents are still living in squalor and miners' conditions have not improved. That's despite the mines making billions each year. Our reporter Silindelo Masikane visited the area and joins me now for more on this conversation. Well, Sli, it appears as though we've got a lot to account for when it comes to Marikana. Can you just paint us a picture of what life is actually like in Marikana?
It's actually, crazy to see the way in which people are living in Marikana. You can imagine it being in an area that's in the platinum belt where billions are made from these mines, contributing to our economy and our GDP, but it seems as though these people are not benefiting at all from the money that's generated from the minerals there. And when you drive through Marikana, you instantly met with a cloud of dust coming from the mining activity. There's so much underdevelopment. The roads are still very bad. It's mostly gravel. When it comes to housing, many people are still living in shacks with their families. When it comes to basic services, water, electricity, those are almost a luxury, because when it comes to electricity, people are living under electricity pylons, yet they don't have electricity. When it comes to water, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not there, and it's just quite a very sad situation. Many of the people there said, over 9 years, all these promises are made to develop the area, but nothing just seems to be done. In August, we all flock here to tell the stories of these people, and I can tell you this year, Faith, what I experienced was people who almost have given up. Many of the people I spoke to are fed up. They are tired of the empty promises that are made year in and year out.
And speaking about some of the sad stories, I mean, you also got an opportunity to speak to a mother who lost a son during the massacre.
Certainly, Nkosiabo is the son of Nezi, their firstborn son, 30 years old, in 2012 when he tragically lost his life. He was at the Kopi and was one of those miners who were killed, and you can imagine for a mother it's her worst nightmare, but it still feels as though it happened yesterday. Let's take a listen.
Ngela langa kwenzeka lento inhliziyo yami yayibuhlungu kakhulu ukusweleka kwalomntana. Emveni koko yanditshintsha impilo yami. Andabi ngulowa bendivele ndimzele. Ngoku andisenampilo kakuhle. Ela xesha bengekabi nabantwana ngoba ibingumntwana obesindisiwe. Engenamntana ongaphandle uzofumana abantwana ngenxa kadado wabo, wathatha abantwana wakadado wabo wabafaka endaweni esikolweni. Ibuhlungu kakhulu inhliziyo yami mhla wawa lo mntana. Zange ndilale nalo mini ndiva ngayo ebusuku, zange ndilale kwasandihleli. Nale mini kufikayo ke ngokumphanga yababuhlungu kakhulu inhliziyo yami. Ekhona ke nalomakoti wakhe. Emvini koko ngoba efihliwe wemka umakoti.
Sure, yeah, just listening to the mother recount the events, it says something about how we need to perhaps even restore humanity. And speaking about restoring humanity, I believe that you also spoke to a survivor.
Certainly so. Well, there were people who died tragically that day. There were also those who survived. And to this day, they're still living with the trauma of what happened on that fateful day. I spoke to one mine worker who was shot 9 times on that day and survived. Let's take a listen.
Inhlungu ke endinayo ukuba isiganeko esenzeka ukuthi zange sikwazi ukukhuzwa. Njengoba ndisithi ndidinga ijustice apha eMarikana, ijustice siyayazi ba singayithola kanjani. And abona abantu abayifihlayo bayazazi ukuba bayifihlela ntoni. Bayayazi ukuba ekugqibeleni kufuneka kutshutshiswe bona. Kungakho sisenamatyala esinawo nangoku ebangela ba amatyala esinawo sinyukelwe zi high blood, sibe zifo ebesikade singenazo izifo ngenxa yepressure esiyinikezwa ngurhulumente. Endiyahala ke ndithumele umyalezo kurhulumente othi isiganeko esingakhuzwayo siyaphinda-phinda. Into eye yenziwe nje ijongwe nje ba into bulewe nje ingathi sizizinja. Funeka uyazi loo nto leyo uba igazi lomuntu omnyama liyathetha. Njengokuba lithethe igazi lethu sibamnyama, noba umnyamanga noba unjani noba umhlophe, and loo nto yenzayo sithi yenza komnye umuntu funeka uyazi uba ngelinye ilanga izophinda yenzeke kwabanye abantu. Namhlanje sizibona iziganeko ezifana nezenzeke koDurban ngabantwana babantu abafileyo, and njengokuba ethule uRamaphosa ebethule nakuthi ibuhlungu le nto umsasazi, ngoba xa ndiye ndizibuza umbuzo uba kwenzekani kanti kahle ngaba iselililizwe lenkululeko nyani eli. Ngoba uyokhumbula ukuba wathi uzoza nxa efostiwe ecelwe ngumama uWinnie uzoza azocela uxolo eMarikana. Namhlanje usazolucela uxolo. Siyayibulela ke into ayenzileyo uRamaphosa, futhi ndibulela nendlela yokuba thatha isinqumo esingaka sokuthi sizisokolela abone into ebhetele kubhetele asithumela amapolisa azosibulela. Ndithe enkosi kuye nguThixo ambusise.
All right, so what are we to expect tomorrow, Slee?
Well, what we understand is that, of course, there will be commemoration events that will be taking place. One in particular, the main event, we understand, will be taking place in Johannesburg, where we are expecting the families of the victims. And that event will also be taken virtually, we understand. And simultaneously, we are expecting a wreath-laying ceremony here in Marikana, back at the Kopi. And those events are expected to start from around 9 or 10 tomorrow morning. So that is what we will be expecting tomorrow, and we will be bringing our viewers into that wreath-laying ceremony here in Marikana.
We'll leave it there. Thank you very much for that. That is, of course, our reporter, Silindelo Masikane, giving us the latest there in Marikana. Of course, it is ahead of that commemoration taking place tomorrow.